Hi Connley Clan fam! So today I thought I would take you around and show you some of our ideas on things we'd like to do here at our Texas house. We have all kinds of ideas, and one of our favorite things to do is to dream. And a lot of times those dreams will come true, it just takes time. But I thought I would show you some of the fun things that we want to do here. So as I was about to take you out and show you, it started raining, and I know they really super need the rain here, and so that is great that it is raining, except for since we have gotten here, it has rained so much. So they hadn't had any rain really, and then we get here and now it's rained like we've had like 3 or 4 really big storms, and like right now it just got done downpouring, and so I'm gonna wait just a minute and see if the rain stops so I can take you out. I wanna go out front, and I also wanna take you out back. Okay, so I thought it was really crazy the other day. I had a couple people comment about the liquid IV packets. I had never heard of them. And I had mentioned how I felt dehydrated, and a couple of you had said that the liquid IV packets were really good. You can buy them like Walmart and Amazon and different places. Okay, well, it was really odd, and I don't know if you've ever heard of the law of attraction, but I do believe in the law of attraction, and somehow I must have attracted these things to myself because they showed up in our groceries. So they were for free, and they were with our HEB order, and they must be just like, I don't know, trial packets, or I know sometimes they'll do that because they had a little brochure about them, and that they stuck in the groceries with them. So I thought that was so funny though, because we were just talking about those, and then here they are, and they are actually the liquid IV ones. So they are the ones that you guys said were the best, and they showed up in my groceries for free. So apparently somebody really wants me to have these.
Girl Jade.
But it's Jade. But it's Jade that really wants them.
I need them.
Actually, you are always dehydrated. Like always, when we get your labs done, dehydrated.
Yep.
So these might actually be really good for you.
Yeah, Dad gave me one once.
Yes, we had some. I don't know. They were they were like flavored,
Yeah, they were like
but
strawberry.
they were not liquid IV. I don't think they were something else. They were like a different brand.
Was it yummy?
But I don't. Maybe we'll give them to you and see if it helps your labs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we all try it though?
Oh, all the kids want to try it.
Yeah.
Everybody says we want some.
I want some. I've been stupid. I've been reading everything about them.
I want to eat
Have you
it.
really? Okay. Well, maybe we'll all have to try them.
Yay!
So I think, although it is still really pretty cloudy out, I think I might be able to come out here and not get rained on for just a minute. So I will show you guys really quick. And then I want to check too on our guineas, because one of the kids said the girl duck, our female duck, is in with the guineas. Now the chickens were trying to peck at their heads and be mean, which wasn't very nice, but the female duck seems to be okay. So we'll have to see how that goes. Now, they have this rigged up. Okay, I got it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to show you our tiny house, which is kind of in the back corner of our property. So you see, okay, behind me here is our fenced-in yard, and then I don't know if you can see the water over there, and then there's a fence that runs along here. That is actually our property line. So we're on what's considered lot 25, and that fence right there is our line. And then it goes towards the back, and then it actually cuts in really far. But this right here is our little tiny house, and we've got, like, see if I can move over here, the shed right there, and then our big huge barn right there. So this tiny house, we were thinking, do we move it? Like, should we put it somewhere else? We had talked about putting it at the front of our property, It used to be like the old voting booth or something like that in town. We thought about fixing it up and making it, like, say, voting booth on it, and that was Sean's idea, and I thought that was a neat idea, and bring some of the history back. Or we could just leave it where it's at, and we've talked about just leaving it and fixing it up and making it like an office, which I think would be a really good idea. So we have all kinds of ideas. I know the house is starting to kind of fall to one side, so Sean is going to level that out, but we need to decide where we're going to put it first. Now, I think we might just leave it there, but that is questionable right now. And then we had talked about using this barn over here as a barn-dominium, and I'm going to show you what I think we're going to do now instead. Okay, so we're going to walk over here real quick and just look. Oh, Coco! Are you in with the guineas? What are you doing in there? Huh? Oh man, do you need out? Yeah, maybe Jay can come get you out. Okay, look at the guineas. They're like at least, I don't know if you can see through the fence, they're like at least twice the size they were when we got them. And we haven't had them really that long. What has it been? Maybe a week and a half? But you can see one of them is quite a bit smaller. And the smaller one is the one that has the bad foot. So all of its toes actually curl in. But it doesn't seem to bother it. We don't know if they're girls or boys, but it still seems to be able to walk around just fine. Are you guys clucking at me? What do you want, huh? What do you want? That's Peach right there. What do you want, Peach? They love us, and that is because we give them lots of snacks, lettuce, and they've been getting potatoes, and they've been getting what else? So just lots of scratch and bread, and so they definitely love us when we come around. So one of the other things over here on this side is we are considering putting our garden here. So in between these two fences here, we have this huge area. So we have this fence here, and then we have a gate back there by the tiny house, and then all this fencing runs along here. And then the only spot that's open is right down here at the end. There's nothing, no fence, no gate. But we have been thinking about putting our garden in this area, and it could be a pretty large garden because it runs from all the way over there, and it's all this and all the way down to there. And so that would be a pretty big garden, I feel like. And if we're thinking about being self-sufficient and living as much as we could off of the land, we're gonna need a lot of plants planted, and we're going to need to harvest a lot of vegetables, and I'd love to have fruit trees, but because we have so many people in our family. So like when I was going through and doing my Texas growing guide, I did how many plants I need of each plant to be able to feed a family of 13, and it was a lot of plants. And then you have to have all the proper spacing in there so that way they can grow to the right size. And so it's going to take a pretty large garden. And of course we'll start smaller, and then we'll get bigger and bigger and bigger once we learn more and test out different crops with our soil and things like that. And I just know that the more we do it, the better we'll get too. But we're going to need a large garden to do that. But I thought this would be a perfect spot to do that. Now I do have another idea for that as well. But let's go check out the barn real quick. All right, so here is the barn, and we had considered turning this into a barn-dominium. Now, I love barn-dominiums. I have done a lot of research on them on YouTube, and there's just something about them that I absolutely love. And you can make them just so cool. So I have talked about this before, but if you're new here, you probably don't know what we were thinking, but we have a pretty large barn, and so our thoughts were to do most of this back area here in glass, and this middle one here do a glass roll-up door that takes you into an outdoor oasis. Because if we did a roll-up door, then this inside of the house, which this would probably be the living room area here, that would be like an indoor-outdoor space, which would be so cool. I just think that'd be so neat. If we turn and directly across from that, look over here, Then this right here would be the front doors, but we were thinking about doing glass and then rolling barn doors to cover them. I saw that in one of the barn dominium shows I watched, and oh my gosh, it was so cool. And the barn dominium happens to be in Houston, and it was just gorgeous. I felt like on the outside, and I love their indoor-outdoor living area. But we could do like you could do the moving glass doors that move like this. Those would be really cool. Anyways, there's so many ideas that we had, but then we thought that this area over here, it is a little bit smaller, shorter area in our barn, and we were thinking that could of course be like garages, and we could even close this off and air condition it, because Sean really wants a place to work on cars that's air conditioned, because in the summer it's so hot and it's hard to do anything. Work on lawnmowers, work on tractors, we also considered, you could open up these doors here and have at least one of these be a complete drive-through, and that would be really cool. What I think is super neat is that we have all of this land back here behind this barn, and Sean, he loves watching TikTok, and he saw on TikTok that they had like this huge oasis area. So it was like, we thought about putting a swimming pool, and there was they had a big screen TV, and what else did they have? They had like, I don't know, like maybe a basketball area, and we could just make this back area such a cool outdoor living space. And here in Texas, you can use that probably 8 months out of the year. And how fun would that be? So we have like all of these ideas that we could do with this barn and turn it into a barn dominium, and I just think that would be so cool. But it does not have the view that our current house has, and that view is absolutely amazing, and it is why they put the house where they did. So let me show you that option. Real quick, before I go up front and show you that, this is the front of where our barn is at, and gosh, we thought there were so many neat things we could do with this area too. We could have a big front porch here, and we could do like flowers over here and flowers over here. I really want fruit trees, and I know that they need a little bit of a windbreak. I thought we could do fruit trees up here, even along maybe the side back there, tucked around the side of the barn. That would be really cool. I want apples and oranges and limes and lemon trees, and I want all kinds of fruit trees. I think that's so cool to be able to go pick off some fruit from your own trees. We actually lived in a house where we did that. It was in Nebraska, and gosh, it's been a long time. Brianna must have been in maybe first grade, second grade, maybe a second grade. And we lived in this house, and it was on like 2 acres, and they had peach trees and pear trees and apple trees, and they had I think there were blackberry bushes, and oh my gosh, they just had so much, and it was so much fun to be able to walk out there and just grab fruit off your trees. Oh, they also had plum trees, and oh my gosh, Sean used to tease Brianna and tell her that they were plume trees, and so she would always call them plume trees, and it was just this big joke we had. And eventually we told her, no, hot, they are plums, and she's like, oh my gosh. So anyways, it was just, I loved it, and I would love to have the fruit trees here. I think that would be so neat. But we could do a lot of cool things with the front area of this barn too if we turn this into a barn dominium. And then right over here is our, like where our driveway is, and we could bring it into this gate, and it could come in here, and we could drive up right to the front doors there. And really, if we wanted to, we could go out maybe this way and have another way in and out. But do you ever have so many ideas that you just don't even know where to start? I feel like that's us. And I really want to put pencil to paper. When I was a kid, I was going to be an architect. And I did like 4 years of architecture in high school, and then I went to college, and I started college in architecture. And then unfortunately, I had a professor who said, do you want to do residential or commercial? And I said, I love residential architecture. and he said, you're never going to make any money. You're going to be stuck drawing those $5 books, and you're never going to go anywhere. And I believed him. I believed him. First of all, why would somebody ever tell a kid that? I mean, I was like 19, and actually I think I was a little bit younger because I started college early, so I must have been just 18. And why would he crush my dreams like that? Well, I went on to end up working for a home builder, who then, he was like $1 million home builder, and they built gorgeous houses, and he was like a millionaire. And so I should have at that point just went back to school for architecture, but I had already switched my major, and I ended up just going and getting a business degree. But I just cannot believe that that professor crushed my dreams like that. But anyways, I love drawing houses, and I love putting pencil to paper or getting on like the AutoCAD type sites and drawing it out on there. And we have, I have some software on my computer that I can do that. And so I really want to get on there and lay this place out and start putting some ideas down on paper. So I am now on the other side of our property, and I will show you. Behind me here's the barn. So there's the barn back there, and here's our long driveway. We had talked about building right here. So here's our house here, and then over here we had talked about building. So let me show you where our front gate is. So there's our front gate and our driveway, and we had talked about it would be neat to build here because you have this amazing view over here. And this is what we sit on our front porch almost every night. On the side of it, and we look out here, and this is our view, and we get to watch the sunset. The sunset's right there. Oh, so we talked about doing that. But what Sean thought was, what if we lived in the house we live in now, but it is like the perfect spot to have the house, which is why they put it there, because it's like the perfect spot on the land. And what if we start out a little ways farther from the house? So you see the front fence right here. If we started out here and built, and then eventually worked our way towards the house, and then attached, like remove the house that's there and then build new. So we would start out further and make like a living room and like the kitchen and stuff out, and then work our way backwards, and then keep adding on and keep adding on. So then we could live in the part of the house that has already been built, and then remodel the part that we want to remodel then, like that's currently existing. So that's an idea too. Then I thought, okay, well, if we put our house here and we added on here, we could do this whole area down over here. It could be garden, and I guess down here by the entrance on this side, they used to grow watermelons down there, and apparently they did just amazing here. And our kids love watermelons. And so, gosh, what a great idea. We could have this be all garden. We could do watermelons down there. And those trees, like this big, huge pile of, cluster of trees, Sean started cleaning that out, and now we just need to finish cleaning it out, but it would look so much nicer once that's all cleaned up inside there, because there's a lot of just brush in there that shouldn't be there. And so, gosh, guys, you know, we have all these ideas, and then there's this lot over here. So part of this, behind this fence on the other side of that, is ours, but not much. But it'd be really nice to have lot 24, and I know we keep talking about this because we really, really want that lot to be so nice to have that extra land. But right now it's just not an option, especially having the Omaha house and the Texas house. And but you know, dreaming is okay, right? I mean, I love to dream, and so that would be a nice option if we could add that land on there. So we are just going like back and forth about the different things we could do and where we would put the garden. If you guys have a farm, or if you have a really big garden, or you live off the land, I would love to know what do you need to consider. I see the cows, they're getting closer and closer to me. What do you have to consider? Like, is there something I'm not thinking of? I'm sure obviously you have to think about the sunlight and how much sun you're getting. Excuse me. We need to think about where the waters are, and there is one over on that side. We do have one in the front of the house here. And so I know we need to take that into consideration. And then how accessible it is, like how easy it would be to get to, because if we're having to go weed all the time and do that, obviously you don't want it like way in the back of your land, unless we got like maybe a four-wheeler, you know, and then you could just take that down there. But I know there are things to consider, but are there things I'm not considering? Are there things I should be thinking about that maybe I haven't yet? Because I would love to know, and I know there are lots of YouTube channels out there, and they have already done what we have done, and I do watch some of them. And so I know obviously I can get ideas from them too. But I just wondered if any of you guys out there that have larger farms or larger gardens, what do you guys think about when you do your stuff? So I turn around and this is behind me, and they were literally just staring at me, and they are probably wondering, what is that lady doing with that thing in her hand? And these are the cows that are a little bit more skittish of people. They aren't 100% sure of us humans, although Jade says number 13 is the nicest one. So apparently number 13 is a white one, and she lets Jade pet her. So I heard that they are actually very nice, the white ones. They just are iffy about humans. And here she comes.
Look at what I found.
Oh, a Snoopy!
Izzy stole it.
Izzy stole it. You found that on the ground.
In our yard.
In our yard, yeah. Where's Henry at?
In there.
Oh, he's over there.
I wanted to pet him, but then he went in there.
Oh. Well, maybe we can pet him later.
Yeah.
You know, eventually they'll be out here in the front yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can come out then.
Yep.
Okay.
Mom said that we can pet him later, me and her.
Yep, we'll come out and pet him.
Yep.
So Jade wants to show everybody the bull. She wants to introduce you to Henry.
Yep.
Okay, let's go find him.
He's over there.
He's over there, okay.
I know it's him, and he has a little white tuft on him.
Yes, he does. He has a white tuft of hair.
Yep. And because he has some spots. He's over there.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
He has a white tail, brown body, and has some white on him.
Yeah, he's pretty cute.
He is. Don't go near that baby, because then the mama will come running.
Will it really?
That's what happened to the dogs. The dogs were in the fence.
Yeah.
And the baby was trying to make friends with Harley.
Yeah.
And then the mama, that baby over there, came running. The mama came running at him.
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh, my
It
gosh.
was the baby's fault.
Look at it. It looks like it's going to storm again.
It does.
It's been storming a lot.
Yeah. See, he's over there. We're by babies.
He likes to hang out next to the girls.
We have to walk up in front of him, but
Okay. We'll walk in front of him.
the white cows are going to start standing up. They're just going to start standing up. You can go in between them, just don't go behind them, because they might get scared. They probably don't kick, but I always get scared they are. Oh my God! See, the white cows are so scared.
Yeah.
It scares me that they start running. Especially the black cows. Henry!
Hi, Henry.
See, that's him. He doesn't want, they don't want him to be pet. He goes with the herd.
He does.
Yeah, always.
He follows the ladies.
Yep. He wants them. He won't go up to you unless you're on the phone. And sometimes he will. Ew.
Oh, that one's peeing.
Wait, stop for a second. Maybe he'll come up to us.
Hi, Henry.
Henry.
Look, he's got like blue eyes.
I know. They're so pretty.
They are pretty.
Like me.
Yeah, you're right. You got blue eyes like you.
Henry. See, he follows the ladies.
He's trying to protect him, I think.
Yeah.
He doesn't want petted right now, I don't think.
Yeah. We can come back tomorrow.
Yeah, we can always try again.
Yeah.
Eating, Henry? Henry wants to eat.
Henry. Come on, boy. Oh, good boy. He doesn't want pet.
No pets today.
No. I just want to see. Usually if he's laying down, he'll like you.
Really?
But sometimes he'll just stand up while you're petting him, and I jump back.
That's
Not too fast though. I like.
Yeah, slow.
Because I get scared.
Okay, well, we'll try again later.
Yep.
Okay.